Get to include everyone.
I have a list.
Alright, well, we've been recording for the last 15 minutes, so. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
The last,
don't do that.
The last about 30 seconds, so.
Okay. The runes within the little dragon cave have been activated, but it seems that it will take like a full day for them to charge up and for us enough to feel like it would be safe to leave the egg behind. Makud finds a small dagger carved from dragon bone, which is essentially a dragon slaying dagger. And Makud finishes his reading, so he feels more bodily manualed. Avrishmina does a sending to Goldie, and he will come find us. And she does a sending to Nahasira, discussing, like, oh, hey, we found all the tablets, and she's going to discuss the Kita Nurai, and then we'll probably go and talk to them later. And then Goldie arrives for his information dump. Dukir is a Rakshasa from the 7th level. His current location is unknown. As to why there's so much demonic presence in Ashar, it appears that the veil between the prime material and the demonic plane in Ashar is especially thin, which makes it easier for deals to be made and for the demons to cross over in general. And in regards to Quarry and the Shay was a smith of a dead race. And then the anvil was last known in a location near Tavaxa the Collector, blah, blah, blah. And she had a bunch of other stuff we already knew. In Uramine is a weapon of an unknown form that could take out most of Ashar and part of Etresh. And Vale's Veil is in Ashar somewhere, but he doesn't know. And he says that he will investigate the runes here in the cave. Abrashmina attempts to scry on Riga, and it was successful. She's totes magoats, just hot tub time machining it up in the center of the elf palace. So good on her, I guess. And let's see. And then I have a note about Tutera sleeping and much more lesser dragons, but I'm not entirely sure. I think that came from conversation with Kita Nurai, which I didn't write down a whole bunch because I was talking, I think. So I don't have a full set of notes there. But we talk about splitting up the dragon tablets, which we have already done, but the dragon tablets will be safe. She does a commune, and ask if they could search for the thing in the Uramine. Could they find it? And it was a yes. No one's coming for the egg, and the egg will be safe where it is. We return to Kitanurai's villa, and then plan to separate the tablets apart and safe. Plan on giving one tablet to the dwarves. Kitanurai will give one to some underwater people with whom she has some connections with. Silver says that he will take the last Frosthaven, and the next to last to Frosthaven, but we don't really know that he's taking it to Frosthaven. And then we give the final tablet to Ramiel to keep safe in the celestial plane. And then we go converse with the dwarf about the tablet and the weapons. And I'm not sure if we spoke to them about searching Uramine. I don't think we did. I think we forgot about Uramine. But then we return to Ashar. Makud gets the dagger of dragon slaying converted into some horns of fucking black metal dragon slaying. What? AKA he is rad as fuck now. And the dragon, and we have 4 of the dragon ballista, and then 4 small bottles that explode into craters. So very, very dangerous. And then basically we are going to be spending our time preparing for what the terrors bring. That's what we're. Oh, and we ended with Bryn staring into the anvil.
Indeed. So, Bryn, you are sitting in front of the anvil, and it kind of just sits there. Doesn't really seem to be speaking to you at all. And then, after a moment, you begin to get this like ringing in your ears, and it's very, very faint at first, but it grows and grows and grows until suddenly it's like this rushing. And then you kind of blink and close your eyes, and when you open them again, you see there's like this kind of translucent form kneeling on the other side of the anvil, staring at you. She is tall, has kind of these like big, like almost insectoid eyes that are, they got no whites and a very, very large black, pale skin. Her hair is like tied up in a large kind of like bun at the top of her head, and she's wearing this like thick, kind of almost chainmail looking garb. She's got like very kind of sharp features, and she kind of cocks her head at you when she sees you, and she just says, "Hello again."
I've done what you've asked.
You have, but you say that like it's some kind of chore. You know, these are your people too, kind of. Just saying. She
I
kind of
know,
gives
I
you
just,
like a cheeky grin.
I don't know. When I thought it was lost, I don't know, if you told me to kill her for it, I would have.
Shay shakes her head. No, you wouldn't have. And I wouldn't have told you.
That's comforting.
But this is it. She kind of like slaps her hand on the anvil. This is hundreds of years that I've been waiting just to be able to touch this again.
This is all you need?
Well, I need to start. Yes.
Here in Ashar?
Well, it matters not where. Only that I have the anvil, and I have someone to make the first chain. That's you, if you're not done.
You said it. These are my people.
Yeah, that's the right answer. She chuckles. Kind of like shifts her position so she's in less of like a sort of formal kneeling position. She looks a bit more at ease. She's always been like a lot more casual than a millennial deity type thing that lives in your head would expect it to be, and this kind of shows that. She says, well, I don't know if you know how this works, but our people, the reason that the quarry inhabit minds, souls, that sort of thing, is that we're like links in a chain, and when we're apart, we have to bind to something else to stay alive. But with with this anvil we can forge our souls back together. And with that we can come back. It's not just about having a body, it's about having our own vessel.
What does that mean, having a vessel?
Well, right now you're my vessel, and as lovely as it's been, that's not an ideal situation for either of us, really. Sure, I've
I mean,
helped you here and there, but you've also got some weird woman in your head, so you win some, you lose some, I guess. Chuckles again.
so what exactly are you proposing? You're
I'm proposing
going to remove yourself?
eventually, yes. There are a few ways we can do it, but the one I suggest is we forge something for me to inhabit, and slowly I'll begin to build my own shell to live in.
What are the gifts you've given me?
I don't know. They might go, but they might stay. Your magic will certainly stay. But as for the psionic abilities you have, well, that remains to be seen, I suppose. I hope they
I've actually kind of grown to like them.
Well, I'm sure you'll grow to like a bit of peace and quiet in your mind.
Yeah, I'm always wondering how much of what I'm thinking you're picking up on. Alright, so how do we forge you a new vessel?
Well, that will probably require quite a lot of time. I can walk you through it when we start, but we need to find something first. Maybe a ring or a necklace, I don't know. Something metal that can be, well, that can be forged.
So you're going to put your essence into a ring or a necklace.
That's the start, yes. And you're going to wear that ring or necklace or whatever it might be. And then once we've managed to find a few more of our kin, we can begin forging true bodies. But with me in something that isn't you, we're finally be able to stand on our own 2 feet. I have a vision. We're going to be these beautiful metal people. Can barely register pain or anguish, hurt, but not machines, you know. Still alive. You see, I kind of nod.
So
That is the
something
only
with
way
a
out.
soul.
Something with a soul. That is how our people will live on.
It starts with a ring or a necklace.
She nods again. It was war that tore us apart, but perhaps it will be this war of yours that forges us anew.
That is my hope. I want to see my people reborn.
She nods. We are your people, Bryn, and you are ours. And when you die, you'll join us. Though maybe not in a metal body. I don't imagine you'd be a big fan of that. But
Yeah, I don't know how well I'd be able to play with a metal body. All right, so next step, I'll be on the lookout for a ring or a necklace that, if you see anything that strikes your fancy, just speak up.
yes, I want a good one. None of that shit you get at the market. All right.
I wasn't going to put you in a piece of costume jewelry if
No
that's what
tin.
you're worrying about. No tin, okay, I will
Silver
put
at
it.
least.
Well, I only want the best for you.
I mean, if you can find some gold that landed on a meteor, that would be pretty ideal. But
Gold that landed on a meteor. All right. I'll keep an eye out.
he kind of gives you a grin, and you feel that rushing, ringing in your head, and suddenly it's gone again, and so is she.
I'll just kind of sit quietly before, and then, put the anvil away. And go find the others. Or whatever they're doing for the rest of the time. Or drink.
I imagine Bryn's like, hey guys. Oh, they're not responding. Guess I'll go for a drink.
Hey. Oh, I looked everywhere. No one responded. I guess I was just drinking today.
So I guess this is like the night that we did like the first of the Heroes Feast, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that written down. 12 people, 5 of us, or 5 of the 6 eyes, and
Okay.
us. 5 HP only.
I'm hoping to roll much better.
Dragon's attack.
Ah! So, go ahead.
That's what you rolled for now, and it's the
Yeah.
evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So come a new day, I guess.
Were there any
I
spells
I
you
would
wanted
drink
to do that evening?
with whatever Uwe has.
Mm-hmm. You must partake of the Uvir cocktails.
He always wants a jumping off point, so what have you got for someone who has to kill a dragon this size, the bigger than a city, and save the world?
He looks at you for a moment, kind of cocks his head, and holds up a finger, turns and walks away. You see him head into what appears to be Alluri's laboratory, and returns carrying a small vial. Begins mixing up a drink, and drops a bit of the vial in there, and you see the liquid turn from like a sort of faint reddish colour to a bright luminescent orange. This is what they have for that. Pushes it over.
He looks it up and down, shine reflected in his eyes, maybe. Looks around and then finally back to Uwe. He'll like pick it up and like cock it towards him, I don't know if Uwe has a drink on the go or something, but
Yeah, he usually does.
he'll cheers with the man. Well, to one more tomorrow.
And many more after that. And he finishes drink.
One more day till revolution. We will nip it in the bud. We will.
That's the next part of the art. We got to get dragons and then revolution.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm singing it too early. That's good because I have time to practice the lyrics because it's been a while since I've watched Les Mis or listened to Les Mis.
I really enjoyed that scene, Jade.
It's great.
Thanks.
I almost cracked a metal, a bard, a Warforged bard joke, but I was like, I can't do it. It's too soon.
I was trying so hard to fit like war and forged in the same sentence, just to make it abundantly clear that that's what I was going for.
She wants a Warforged body.
I'm gonna be a Warforged bard.
You're gonna what?
That'd be a Warforged bard.
But
it can be as long as before you start singing, there's like the wind up.
That's the joke.
Oh, sorry.
She doesn't want to be a Warforged bard because Warforged bards are ridiculous.
I see. I'm sorry,
but not really.
Not our Warforged bard.
Yeah,
he's the best.
He's the best of us.
I mean, if you go into a metal body, you could be still alive for campaign 3 or 4. Who knows?
Just Jade plays the same character. He's like level 70.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was about to say, man. Why not? Is that an option?
I mean, so they made Karn a planeswalker by putting can I become a planeswalker?
Yes.
Yes!
Although Karn's technically a golem.
I know, it's different, but...
It's different. But yeah, you guys, are there any spells you want to do that night?
I think for this day, I've maxed out my cards for the divination and the stuff, so it's gonna have to wait until tomorrow because I don't have divination prepped to do it as a regular spell, so it'll have to wait until the morning, which she will do first thing in the morning.
Okay. Then we can do that, so you can all take a long rest if you haven't already. And what spells?
Okay, so I'm gonna use 5 charges of the tarot cards of the diviner, or whatever we ended up calling them. I can't remember. To cast divination, to find out where and when are the dragons coming.
Okay. You learn the dragons are coming in 2 days, so not tomorrow, but the next day. And they'll be arriving in the Zagros Mountains.
Where? Oh, that's Nahasira's place, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then Abrashmina will spend
It's also where we went to see the sage. Sorry. We walked all the way out there. Yeah, so we have been there in several locations. In case it comes up. You were going to do something?
But yeah, I was just going to say that that makes sense because they said that they were afraid that they were coming for the Black Heartstone, because they know she has that. The Black Heartstones. Not today, but
tomorrow.
The day after? Okay.
Oh, yeah, not
So,
tomorrow.
the day after.
The day after.
Okay, so then I can save some bowls, and let me. How many days has it been since I had my divine intervention?
Not enough, I think.
I just want to see if it'll be up again. Because that's 1 day, 2 days for tomorrow, 3 days for today, 4 days for yesterday, and then how many days have passed since then?
Like 2?
I feel like it was more than that. I was trying to keep track of them, and then I forgot to keep track of them.
You divined intervention to see the 2 tablets, I think, in the frozen far north with the corpse. So before we left to go find the tablets and Declan and such. Whenever that was, I'm not sure in relation to you, but didn't we spend a night there or something? Or not? That was session 73. Sorry, 71, if it helps. So 4 sessions ago from now.
Okay.
If that helps with your notes, or
Yeah, because let's see. I think that was like one of the first things that she did. No, divine intervention on day 2
of being
thing,
in the pleasure
being in the
plane.
thing, and we were there for 3. So it was 3.
So there was one day, and then we teleported the naiads.
Yeah. Then Declan is dead, and we waited the next day. That was 2. Declan was getting to Declan was 3, and then we waited there, and then this was day 4. Tomorrow will be day 5. Yeah, okay. I'll have okay. just short.
Oh.
I think. Unless I'm messing up my math. I could be, but it's like a 1 + 1 + 2 + 1 situation at this moment. And
maybe if it's coming down to the wire and the gods feel particularly generous. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
He who fudges time.
Well, because it's like I can't remember how many days we spent before going to get Declan. Because I know we rested there. And then this is the first time we've rested since coming back. And then we'll have tonight, and then tomorrow, and then, so it's like 5 days just after Declan. So it just kind of depends on how many days was before getting to Declan. So it doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna roll no under D100 anyway.
Oh, maybe no.
Maybe.
So you have days worth of spells.
I do.
I have just. McCood would have maybe have a request that if you tell them that it's going to happen at Zagros Mountains.
Definitely would share that with the group first opportunity. Yeah.
Could you talk to the sage maybe so they could be safe, and maybe we could send a message. What's this? I thought there was a Minotaur sage or something that we talked to. We travelled far, or am I just remembering it differently?
You definitely met wise
old Minotaur.
Minotaur. Yeah, but they weren't the sage you were going to see, quote unquote, was Nahasira the whole time.
Was okay, right. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
He was going to say the sage and then the tribes, but if that covered that, fine. Could you maybe tell the Minotaurs that we met? Maybe they could get a message out in the next day or two or something for people to stay away from the mountains. Dragons are coming and such. Although if you tell them dragons are coming, they might want to fight them. He's like,
Do you want me to tell them that there will be dragons there? Or do you want me to tell them that it's dangerous and to get safe? If you think dragons will make them come, do you want me to tell them that there will be dragons, or and let that be their choice? Or do you want me to warn your people away?
I think. You know what? We have like a day or two. You ask them where they are, then I can go to them, and then I can come back via the beads. I might be able to find Jari, and then might be able to send messages to multiple tribes, because you can only message the one. Well, I've got some downtime to kill.
Abrashmina nods. That's a very good idea, and having Jari at our side would not be a terrible idea, considering those pots that we got from the dwarves. He could fly them from a safe height, and we wouldn't have to risk throwing them.
Mm-hmm.
And Abrashmina will do what Makud asks and do a send-in to the Minotaurs, asking where they are at. Like, Makud would like to come visit you. Where are you currently located? Do you wish to tell them about the thing? She says to Makud, like mid-spell.
You tell them. They will do what is best.
Okay. There will be a massive dragon fight, much like what created the plains of glass. Please be safe. And wait for the response.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is to Jushur Afur, who was the leader of Kal Asur, which is the Kal you met. He will reply, happy to hear from you. Hello, Abrashmina. It is good to speak to you again. We have heard rumblings that there is to be a dragon fight, and we wish to take part.
Okay. Where are you at? Because that's what Makud needs
to
know.
We are beside the field of glass at the foot of the mountains.
Okay. Abrashmina will tell Makud, because I think we have a bead in Nahasira's little stash, don't we? Or have we just been relying on Deontay to get us there?
No, I think you've just been relying on Deontay.
Oh, okay.
We have one with Katanarai, but not.
Okay. That's what I was thinking of. But that's easy enough. We've got stuff from her hoard, so we could easily teleport there, or I can do a sending to Deontay to come pick Makud up. Or Bryn can try and teleport him by herself.
I mean, I got all the teleportation right here.
Yeah, we don't have to ask nobody for no help. Yeah.
If we are going to go teleport, could you send another message to Jari to meet us there at the field of glass? Should be able to see the Minotaurs from.
I shall.
Cool.
Abrashmina will send a message to Jari and say, Makud would like to meet you at the field of glass. He's going to be meeting the Minotaurs there for dragon fight that is happening in 2 days.
I will be there, Jari replies.
He will be there, he replies.
This is going to be good. Should we get like Keinladen to make a really big pot hydra?
We should.
I thought
We
you were
could
gonna be-
ask.
I thought Makud was gonna be like, should we get snacks? I'm so excited.
Be sure to get plenty of lizards on sticks before you go. I want to make sure that you are well fed.
Take care of my babies.
I want my baby bees to be fed. Remember, if you give the wyverns lizards on sticks, you have to take the sticks out first because they'll choke.
No.
Their
Just-
only weakness.
I'm just like imagining Abrashmina like bundling Makut up like like a mother getting their kid ready for school. Like, do you have your bag? Do you have your water? Do you have your beads of nourishment? Okay, you'll be okay.
Remember, don't put your bag of holding into another bag of holding, no matter what the kids tell you to do.
And don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, definitely tell Maku not to talk to strangers because he's going home with some guy in a van who has lizard in a stick.
Yeah. and then he's
I
gonna
mean,
come
him
back
and
the
his
next day
7
with a
mates.
lot of lizards on sticks and a wanted poster for his murder.
Him and his 7 mates in the back of a van, and he kills them all. Like the basement.
Yeah.
Please remember that some magic doesn't work if you're not willing. So be stubborn, okay?
It's
Oh,
like
that sounds real bad.
It's like the Incredibles van, you know, where he goes into the little van
Mhm.
and like kicks the shit out of people in there, but you never actually see it. You just see. Oh, that's what I'm picturing anyway. Good times. But yeah, you organize a group of individuals to come and do stuff.
I'll teleport us there as long as it's not going to take precious psychic crushing slots later on. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to use those high level spells for. It's still a mystery to me.
For upcasting fireball.
No. I have Steel Wind Strike.
Hell, yeah, you do.
I have another fun spell that I would like to be able to use eventually. I've seen it work on a dragon before, and it was fun.
Is it
Is it
Dimension
big?
Door?
Hmm?
Is it Dimension Door?
No. Oh, that'd be
Chuck
fun.
inside a dragon, yeah.
Slash my.
Jade's being cagey, everyone.
Oh.
You guys were with me when I picked the spell.
As if I'm supposed to remember that.
You were not here. You were not. You were not invited.
I can't remember. Oh! I think I know. I think Eli also has it.
Perhaps.
Is it the one that Eli also has?
I don't know. We have a lot of the same spells. Because you're copying me.
I mean, he's a warlock. He's got a very limited list of spells that are good, and so I gotta take the good ones.
Get your own spells, Eli.
I will have whatever spells I want.
Okay. Makut has his day trips planned. He has his sign formed by Mamma Mina. He's ready to go when you are. Mina's welcome to come, of course, if you've not got other things to do. We have some downtime, and maybe preparing the Minotaur army is something we could do. Do we want to go via the dwarves and like take the weapons to the surface with us?
I think we picked up the weapons, I thought.
Pick them up, okay.
We have them. I have it written down. We have.
The ballistas, like the dwarves.
Apparently.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's. You went to see them.
Okay.
I'm not sure you could just stick like building-sized ballistas in your pockets, but
I did.
Because we know where we're
pockets.
fighting now, so roughly,
Yeah.
you know, the Zagros Mountains is
Solid.
quite a large geological place, but we have a guess near the Field of Glass, and the dwarves could probably get there in a day or two if we tell
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Do we need to do ascending, or do we need to
We
go
could
there
save your
ourselves?
sending and just teleport and tell them if you
Yeah.
wanted to save it.
Yeah. Let's do
Or
that.
we could just send. But
Because you've got the bead, so you send
Yes.
us there before you
before we go, yeah.
you teleport from there. So then.
wait.
Are you spending the day with the dwarves then?
No,
Are you
we're not just going there to save Mina a spell, so we can tell them where like the Field of Glass is, so they
I
can
gotcha.
take their
No.
weapons to the surface and be ready.
And is
And
Mina
then we
coming with
teleport.
us?
I don't know.
Or are we going on solo adventure again to the dwarves?
I can go. I can go with.
Nobody wants their mom to come with them on the field trip.
Okay, fine. You guys go without me then.
Mina gets sad.
Mina can come, but she can't be mad if we get distracted by booze with the dwarves.
But it's their culture, Mom. They all drink before a fight.
It's rude if we refuse a drink.
Yeah.
And the other 13 were just courtesy as well. Accidents, yeah, accidents. I fell into that mug. And I had to like drink it so I could keep breathing. I saved myself. You proud? Why don't you love me? No, I need to drink more.
Oh Jesus, Jade, please. This is getting depressing. Right.
Okay, so we go as a team, all together, Mummy and Daddy and everybody. Hila is the worst daddy, but
He's not a real daddy.
he's a very bad influence. He's not our real dad. We teleport to the dwarves via the beat to tell them, and I'm sure smarter people than Makood can tell them relatively where they need to be in the next 48 hours or so.
Yeah, so you materialize in the dwarven stronghold and are able to, kind of give them directions. They are very good at navigating underground, so maybe with the help of a map and some minor illusions and stuff, you're able to give them a pretty good idea of where they're supposed to be going.
So there's going to be a lot more like me, and they've probably never seen you before. Somewhere around there, so... You know, they probably know that the dragons are, the thing they should fight, but... There might be a bit of tension.
You get a lot of, like, chuckles, and they're not nervous or scared about that. They're like, oh, we like
after the dragons, we can fight if you want, but they're pretty tough.
Yeah. He's kind of like, or they're kind of like, we like you, and if there was more like you, then that's a good thing, But you guys are comfortable that the dwarves know what they're doing and are in a good spot. What else would you like to do? Anything else here? Are you staying for drinks? Are you heading back up to deal with boring business stuff?
I mean, just
Can
one
we?
dozen. Sorry.
Can we talk to them about sending some people to Iramine to look for the weapon?
Yeah, so Damara will that will definitely pique his interest. He's one of the more kind of research kind of...
Does he know what the weapon might be?
No, but he says,
Okay.
Did we send them to them before?
Yeah,
I feel
you
like I
definitely
remember
you told them
Yeah.
about it.
I couldn't
asking
remember.
them to
I
be
couldn't
safe
remember.
and like not
Yes.
like
Okay.
it could be dangerous and stuff.
I
You
had
can
asked.
check on it.
No. I had asked. I had asked if we had done that, and nobody answered me. So I assumed we didn't. So I was making sure it was being done, basically. So
Yeah.
I
if it was
remember saying something about making sure they were safe and didn't accidentally
okay.
trigger the weapon. But
I couldn't remember if that was like part of our conversation about the possibility of talking to them about it, or
possibly.
part of our conversation talking to them about it.
That is very fair. But
So as long as they know to be safe and it is underway, I am happy.
A
This is probably
conversation
not
was
something
had.
we can turn our attention to just yet.
Yeah. For sure.
I look forward to Nahasira bringing down the pain and then toasting up some elves in a little while.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So,
Mhm.
you'll deal with the dwarves. Kind of have that conversation. They are pretty well set up, and begin moving out into position. A couple of teams, like moving to pick up the ballista and take them to the glass fields in the mountains, or exactly wherever you told them to be.
Abrashmina will do ascending to Nahasira to say, "He who watches says that the attack will come in 2 days near your home, near the Zagros Mountains."
that is a
Just to
smart move.
give her a heads up in case she wants to get the gang all together.
She says,
And she's gonna
I am there. I am ready.
and then uh and then I would like to go there because if I can, I would like to glyph of warding the shit up out of the mountains if I can. Or glyph of warding. No, I can't glyph of warding the ballista. Well, maybe I could to protect them. Ooh. I'm having thoughts. I want to get there to do some glyph of warding spells. Done. While I have spell slots and while I have materials and stuff. So, yeah, I think. Sorry, your mom is coming on the field trip because she realized she can do some homework while she's on. She can grade some papers while she's there or something.
It's cool. She can get us something sweet from the gift shop.
Yeah. So I'm going with them now.
Sure. So you're going pretty much straight to Nahasira's home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think that's like the most place I'm familiar with, I think.
How far away is Nahasirus down to the glass plains and the Minotaur?
Like it's kind of overlooking it, so it's a mountain away, I guess, but also
We can get there in the same day, basically, and talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. But yeah, you. How are you getting up to Nahasir's teleportation? I assume.
You believe that's the plan? Yes, I'm going to teleport them.
Whee!
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 We teleport there.
All right. You arrive in Nahasir's home to find it pretty much as you left it. Very open, very beautiful, lavishly furnished, but definitely with like a large amount of sort of treasure that's been removed or kind of placed aside, in order to fund various, probably dragon-based engagements, whatever that might be. But Nahasira herself, as she said, is there, kind of curled up over her hoard protectively, like Deontay, kind of cooking something up in the small kitchenette area to one side. They both kind of give you a wave as you arrive, and Nahasira kind of like leans her long head down and kind of looks at you intrigued, and she says, "Your god told you of this?" To you, Nahasira.
You mean Abrashmina?
Abrashmina.
She nods and she says, yes, I was able to do a bit of divination, and I was told 2 days, and that it would be here. Hopefully, he is not wrong. He has not been yet, so I feel confident in making some preparations.
That is good.
They are coming for the Black Heart Stone, you think?
I do. That is all they could be coming for. It is the sole way in which the Rastarix will reign again.
Okay. I had some ideas about possibly protecting the stone.
I would like to hear them.
Trapping it in some way.
Such as?
Well, I have this spell that is Glyph of Warding that I can cast, and then within that glyph store another magic to use against creatures that are not welcome. Like I could perhaps trap a few places around your hoard that if a chromatic dragon were within the vicinity, it could harm them or do some other sort of damaging or cursing spell.
That is... I've heard of similar things. I feel it would be useful, but the Blackheart Stone is not easily accessible. I do not think you would be able to cast it upon the stone itself.
No? Alright. Do you have any suggestions then for places where you think it might be likely that a chromatic dragon would perch? They have to come within like they'd have to touch it.
Come with me.
Or remove an object covering it, or approaching within a certain distance of the glyph, but it doesn't say how close that distance it needs to be. But yeah, she'll go with you.
Yeah. She will lead you. If anyone else tries to come, she will ask that they do not. Just Abrashmina. She will lead her through kind of to a smaller section of the room where you will find on a small pedestal there's a kind of like a black square box about the size of like a shoebox. She says, "It is there. You may cast your spells, but do not open the box."
Of course not. may I cast the spells on the box? Would that be all right?
She nods.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Makood went and walked near the breakfast. One that was being made. Lunch, possibly. They had a liquid breakfast with the dwarves, so now it's lunch.
I am trying to decide if I want to do the stealth sporing or
What?
the spell storing, or if I just want to go with the explosive runes, because I could upcast it to my 9th level, do a 9th level explosive rune on it.
Yowza. I don't know what the damage dice is on that, but that sounds awful. As long as you don't destroy her like Dragon Horde and she gets real pissed at you.
It would be 11d8 explosive, whatever damage I would want. So just because I don't know what kind of chromatic dragon might come for the box, because the triggering thing is going to be a chromatic dragon. Or can you specify servant of a chromatic dragon? Or would it, if I'm doing it by creature type?
Can you just say dragon?
I don't want to do metallic dragon because then Nahasira can't touch her own box or can't move it. So no, I don't want to do. I don't want to do it on her. Then no.
You can do it on dragon, or you can do it on humanoid, or you can do it on ooze.
I can't specify. What kind of humanoid? Are you sure?
They're creature types, I guess.
Oh, let's see.
It says you decide what triggers the glyph when you cast the spell. That
Yeah.
doesn't say anything about particular creature types.
Well, in Symbol, which is basically the higher level version, says you can you can refine the trigger so that the spell is activated only under certain circumstances or according to a creature's physical characteristics, such as height or weight, or physical kind. For example, hags or shapeshifters. You can also specify creatures that don't trigger the glyph, such as those who say a certain password.
So you're doing Symbol, the level 7 spell, rather than the level 3 spell.
Let me make sure, because I'm pretty sure I just read that, wording or glyph had creature type too, or had specific triggers too. Let me read it. Yeah, you can further refine the trigger so the spell activates only under certain conditions or according to physical characteristics, such as height or weight, creature kind. The word can be set to affect aberrations or drow, and drow is not a creature type, it is a specific creature kind.
Yeah.
Or alignment.
Go for it.
Okay. So I can do either and have it be specifically chromatic dragons.
You may.
Or creatures of an evil alignment.
Ooh.
Here we go. That's what it'll be. But yeah, it will take 1 hour for Abrishmina to cast the 3rd level version. Let me just see what the 7th level one can do. Do some fun stuff. Okay.
That was pure unadulterated joy right there.
Death, discord, fear, hopelessness, insanity, pain, sleep, and stunning. Those are some nice options. But yeah, she's gonna do the level 3 one and use up some of her diamond dust. She's got a bunch, but she is going to cast it at level 9, so it's going to be max damage. And I've told you the specific creature type already, and or I've told you the trigger. The damage type is going to be thunder, I think.
Thunder.
Yeah, because the choices are acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder, and I think thunder, one, would let everybody know that somebody did it, and two, be possibly the least likely to be resisted by a chromatic.
That's a reasonable assumption.
And yeah, dexterity saving throw is involved. I'm sure that they'll make the save. Can I cast this multiple times on the box? Will Nahasira let me?
Yeah. She's letting you do whatever you want to.
Okay. Yeah. If I cast like multiple things that cause multiple saving throws, do I have to specify what order they go off in?
No. So.
But what if I want to cast a Bane? Oh wait, no, I can't do that because that doesn't target a creature. Okay. Or I don't think it has to be like an area effect. I think.
No, Bane is up to 3 creatures or something.
Must target a single creature or an area.
Okay.
If the spell has a target, it targets the creature that triggered the glyph. If it has an area, the area is centered on that creature. So I can't do Bane because I was gonna be like, I'll curse them so that they can't make their saves. But that's a bit evil.
Jesus Christ.
What?
It's just there's a lot of sounds.
Let me. This is me at my most Declan. Leave me alone. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Yeah, there's going to be a 5th level glyph on there to cast Contagion.
Sure.
And then Explosive. 10d8. Thunder. I'm writing this down. The Contagion will be the Mind Fire.
Okay.
And then let me see. Do I have that spell? As I actually do have Contagion cast for today. Oh dang. Apologies. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm just looking at my choices.
Yeah, take your time.
So, Bryn, is there anything you want to cast?
No, I'm good. I don't really have a lot of those kind of spells.
Is that like tucking into whatever lunch they're being given? Kind of crazy, like casting a spell that you're nowhere near that goes off at a time that you don't even know about. Magic's so weird.
Isn't magic like crazy?
Have you watched Barry, the TV show?
No.
Oh, this is absolutely wonderful character that if you knew the reference, what you did was like very, very close to. It's basically like this criminal who is very camp, if not gay, sexual orientation not necessarily confirmed, but he runs like a criminal organization, and he kind of loves the main character, or at least very much likes him. And basically what you said, but in a slightly thicker Eastern European accent. The actor is phenomenal.
Have you seen did you watch that Eurovision show or film?
No, I haven't watched the film.
It's one of those films where you're like, this looks fucking shit. It's Will Ferrell playing an Icelandic man who's desperate to go to Eurovision and like sing for Iceland, and you watch it and you're like, oh my fucking god, it's so good. So basically, like one of the main characters in it is Russian. He's the Russian Eurovision guy, and he's played by that. He's a really famous English actor. He's in like, what's he called? He's in like Downton Abbey apparently. I haven't seen it, but sorry, give me Dan Stevens. He plays. Yeah, he's like in Beauty and the Beast and the Apostle, the main guy.
Yeah, he was the main guy in Legion, which is one of a fantastic shit. You know, when we were on the plane in Iceland, I showed you Legion. He's the main character from that show.
Right. Yeah.
Amazing actor.
Yeah. So he's so good. Like he's the lead in Apostle, which is like one of my favorite films of all time. I watched it with C actually, but he is a Russian, right? But he's very, very much gay, but is hiding it because it's not okay to be gay in Russia. And so his song is like pretty camp, but it's so catchy. It's and like all the songs in it are amazing. But he's like just strutting around like being really camp, but then as soon as anyone brings up his sexuality, he gets super defensive about it, because like, and then you're like, it's kind of funny, and then it just hits you with like I'd be killed or like imprisoned in Russia if they found out I was, and you're like, oh Jesus, that's 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 dark. Orcs kind of thing, and you're like, oh, but it's good.
Okay,
yeah.
I have it figured out. So Abrashmina is going to spend basically the rest of the day here. She's casting Glyph of Warding 5 times. There's Contagion with the Mind Fire effect, the Explosive Rune for the 10d8 Thunder, a 7th level Blight at 11d8, a Harm spell, which is 14d6, and an 8th level Guiding Bolt at 11d6.
Crikey.
And if the Contagion goes off, they act as though under the Confused spell effect for an hour or so. It's something crazy, but Contagion involves a couple of saves, because Contagion is Contagion. But they are poisoned when it happens, so they'll have disadvantage on attack rolls, I think, not saving throws.
Right.
But yeah, they have to make 3 of those saves, and if they fail 3 of those saves, then they get the Mind Fire, which gives them disadvantage on intelligence checks and intelligence saving throws, and the creature behaves as if under the effects of the confusion spell during combat. My aim is to make it easier to feeble mind someone.
Oh boy.
Because I know
still got the power to get back by yourself with Word of Recall or something.
Not today.
Okay.
Like I said, Abrashmina is spending the day here. She is pumping her spells into protecting this because, according to her god, she's got another day after this to prepare. So, this was her. She's Oh, hold on. Word of Recall, is that a 5th level spell? No. Yep. She doesn't. That was her
Okay.
a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, her 8th, and her 9th spell for today, and it's all going on protecting the stone. I want to one-shot a dragon. Can I one-shot a... Does this count as one-shotting a dragon? If it goes through all of these, at the very least, I'm going to be burning through some legendary resistances, I hope.
I mean, what's the maximum damage?
The maximum damage.
So it's 10d8 plus 11d8 plus 14d6 plus 11d6.
So 25d6 and 21d8.
Yes.
So, without offending you, it's not even close.
To one-shotting a dragon?
No.
Even at max damage?
Yeah, not even close.
Maybe. It'll be. I'm happy with. I'm happy with setting off a nuke on them, burning through some legendary resistances, and possibly cursing them with contagion, because they have to, by the time they make that 3rd save, they might have burned through the resistances for everything else, and then they can't go invisible if the guiding bolt hits. So. No, the guiding bolt doesn't have to roll to hit. The guiding bolt just hits because it's targeting a single target. So yeah, they won't be able to go invisible because of the guiding bolt. So
I love everything that just unleashes from this Pandora's box, and then a single missile goes pew, and just hits them, and they go all sparkly.
I mean, it's a little pew sparkle that does 11d6.
Yeah, absolutely. But it gives advantage to the next person to hit them.
Exactly, and they can't go invisible, which some dragons are known to do. So F them in the A, I say. F them real good. And they're only going to have one reaction, so they can only counterspell one of those. I'm not even sure you could counterspell it because you're not seeing the spell being cast. And even if they dispel the glyphs before opening the box, they have to dispel 5 of them. So that's burning through 5 spells that they may not be able, at least, because they have to roll for it if they don't use the correct spell slot. So I please don't ever do this to us in reverse.
Every step you take is glyph of warning, glyph of warning, glyph of warning.
Mm-hmm. Every step you take.
So what? After half an hour,
Yeah, you guys.
turns to Brain like.
Oh,
Is she done yet, or we?
This is taking forever.
Oh, are we just going to go?
I want to see your. We should just go. She'll catch up.
Minotaurs! Oh, Madhu!
Yes. Mardu.
And then, I don't know why, but there's like a little wet bar, and that's where they're being served in the corner of this cave by Deontay, and they teleport off their bar stools and. Pamf.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan for the rest of today then, considering dragons soon?
Tomorrow. So
no, it's the same day currently, is it not?
No, you said like there were 2 days, so there was tomorrow and the day after.
Yeah.
We have gone immediately.
Yeah. So
on that morning.
The dragons aren't coming tomorrow; they're coming the day after.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So can we? Have you got another teleport to take us down to the glass fields, or do we have to walk?
This is while Aberstine is spending her 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it would only take you like 20 or so minutes to walk down there, wouldn't it? Because aren't the fields like right outside the
yeah, but
the
it's
pathway? It's spooky. Okay,
I
I was
thought it
just
would
trying to
take
think.
longer to get up a mountain, but
It didn't take us that long the first time round. Just remember that there are things under the glass that are very nasty when you're down there without your cleric.
Well, our cleric made certain decisions.
No, you're right. Go have fun.
are we going to the boat or are we walking? Maybe we can wave
Let's
Jari
walk.
over here. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
So we will begin the trek. Maybe trying to wave Jari if he sees us, or maybe Rin can shoot some fireballs into the air or something. Whatever you have that's expendable. It's probably
Yeah,
not
I'll do
fireball.
some. Probably not, because those costing me money. I could do some light. No, I don't have light. That's the drift boat. I have minor illusion, shit like that I can make fun
Oh no!
things
In
with.
fact, we just told Jari to get going, and then we teleported. Right? That there wasn't like an evening between it, so we're probably just walking.
We're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking.
Yeah, you guys do a lot of walking, but you do look up and see what appears to be 6 large flying creatures arcing through the air.
Oh god, the dragons are here early!
They land. The 6 wyverns. Jari astride one of them, kind of climbing off, giving you a nod. They're all exceedingly large, about the size of a 1979 Toyota Corolla.
It is good to see you.
Yeah.
And the wyverns, and he'll wrestle several of them at the same time or something. Yeah. Smudge their cheeks.
He nods you back to you, just kind of not needing to say anything. His work speaks for itself. He looks good, full, well fed. Clearly the wyverns have been hunting well. And he says, so they come soon.
That's what they say.
Yeah, soon. And we don't know how many chromatic dragons arrive here, and there are 2 that are named the Terrors. There are more that are named the Terrors, but we killed one, and there are maybe others around, but there are 2 that might turn up. There is something in this mountain that they want. And it seems that they come for it and its protector. And he kind of thumbs back up the mountain.
And we are to fight.
So, at least one of these dragons is you've seen the Shah. It's bigger than a city, but it flies. It is kind of hard to describe, but I've seen it in visions and such. And then there are maybe more that are colossal.
Then we shall fight. I will be ready.
I could not wish for a better tamer of beasts. He holds him by the shoulder. As long as you are there to catch us when we fall, that is all I ask of you. If you do any more, then that is on you. And there's a smile on his face.
He smiles back and he says, you gave me a clan when I had none. If you fall, then I have nothing left. So I will be there to make sure you do not fall. He grins.
He'll like slap him on the shoulder and now we need to take these to the glass plains below. There are Minotaur gathering. Mardu, my kind. They do not shy from a fight either.
Good folk.
And he... that they are. And he'll go to mount like the biggest wyvern. You said like one could carry his weight or something. Well, that was true some time ago, so whichever one is biggest.
Yeah, there's one that is like definitely the kind of alpha of the pack, the largest one, which is not the one Jari was riding, and it kind of like turns its head to the side and like stares at you with like a really big eye, kind of sizing you up a bit.
I'm gonna like put my forehead against its kind of thing, just kind of have a battle of wills, pushing each other around or something.
Yeah, it definitely like puts up a bit of a fight, but eventually capitulates when it realizes that you're in charge. You know. Jari will spend some time maybe teaching you how to fly, and Bryn as well if you want to learn.
Yes.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, yeah, you guys just spend some time like flying about the mountains. Makood wielding 2 hammers on a wyvern is definitely a fucking sight to see. And kind of it's that evening when the Minotaurs arrive. I imagine Minas will kind of rejoined you at this point, and they look up to see Makood like flying above. Or I imagine like maybe you see them in the distance and fly over above them. To kind of bring them home, as it were.
We will circle down in towards the first Minotaur tribe to appear, which I guess is the Kals, or
Right, yeah.
Asur, yeah.
For sure.
And it was Gurid or something was the
Afur.
Cheshire? Afur. Okay.
Aafur. He's definitely one of the big ones. But these guys are like they're much stockier with like powerful legs. These are the sure-footed or sure-stepped Minotaur folk. So very very good at climbers and live close to the mountains.
So he'll speak to Afur a little before.
Yeah, I guess land and then speak to him.
Yeah, we circle down and land in a very impressive fashion, and then share some words with the leadership.
And he'll say, no, you can go. Sure.
I don't know if he has something to say.
He'll say, our Sandseers have spoken of this moment for many years. The clans coming together. The dragons returning. He like takes a deep breath and he says, "Destiny hangs heavy in the air, brother." He'll like give you a big meaty Minotaur slap on the shoulder. You can almost taste it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on all the note taking. This is it. As far as the dragons tell me, the good ones, the shiny ones, they have spoke to us of this moment that there are countless, innumerable. I'd probably say countless, but not innumerable. There are countless chromatic dragons of the evil sort that we've already killed some of, but there are many more, and there are a few of the metallic, the ones that would aid us in this fight. There are two especially that they thought slumbered until recently. They may come, for a metallic holds something that they want within these mountains.
He begins kind of chuckling, and like a few of the other Minosaurs kind of like look up at him a little bit like incredulous, and he says, "These dragons have been sleeping for years, licking their wounds, and what have we been doing? What we always do. Fighting. Living on these mountains. They can try and breach, but they will not. We will stand firm against them, as we always do."
It is good to hear your confidence. I have seen through the sand smoke, the size of some of them, bigger than a Shah, the city, bigger than any city. This will be a foe like none other. He gets from his bag of holding, or he has been carrying or lumbering around, the like Octothrex's fangs and horns, and the ones that he gathered from the blue and the ancient red. He would have especially made effort to try and take them with him on this journey, and he will like pull them out and smash them either into the glass that they now stand near or into the sand below. These are prizes taken from dragons of this sort. These horns that stand larger than our totems, and these fangs that are larger than men. Though I didn't kill that one, and like the ancient red that he pilfered, I guess, acquired. That was already dead when I got there, but it's still pretty impressive. Maybe they will come in useful if we manage to ground them, or maybe there will just be a sign to them that their kind is not immortal, that they can fall.
They will fall.
They will fall. I want the mother to see this and know that they will fall.
Afu will kind of step forward and like kind of give you like a sort of weighty slap to the chest, and he says like very loudly, so all the others kind of gathered around can hear. He says, "The humans, the Ajari, they gave you the name Amarutu, but it is fitting. I may be the Jeshur of these people, but you are the Jeshur of all Maru. We will follow you into this fight, and all fights. And he will kind of like let out this kind of bugling bellow of Minotaur-esque fury, and it is echoed by the rest of his Kal. Definitely the closest thing Makood's got to that sort of feeling of everyone chanting his name in the arena since being freed.
He would join in that, like arches back and like howl to the heavens to witness the fight that is coming. I hope more come to witness what we will do here in a day or so's time, and he'll, like embrace the Jisha, Afor, and like lead in the pre-celebrations or something of the time to come.
Seems like pretty much every single person or every single one of the Minotaurs wants to like clack horns with you. Seems like almost they're doing it out of good luck, and they're like, you can't move 5 feet without having someone wanting to Minotaur fist bump you, and it's not long before a few other Kals begin to arrive, all of whom kind of speak with Afor and the others and affirm their loyalty to you. Shortly afterwards, dwarves arrive from in the mountains, and begin setting up the ballista, kind of camouflaged and hidden by the rocks. It is, I imagine, kind of as the evening begins to sort of turn towards night. There's like big fires and sand smoke and all that kind of thing. There's definitely like a heavy like air of anticipation and excitement. But the camp will last for a long time, as still more Minotaurs will arrive day by day, or the next day, until there are thousands arrayed around you all prepared to fight and die for the virtues in Makood, particularly in this fight for what is probably the world.
Thousands of Minotaurs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
There's probably that many dragons coming for us, so we needed friends for sure.
Hundreds of dragons versus thousands of Minotaurs. Fair fight, possibly.
Yeah, the dragon should go get a few more friends.
Would you rather fight 1,000 dragon or 1,000 Minotaur-sized dragons, or 10 dragon-sized Minotaurs?
That's tough.
I mean, I feel like any I wouldn't want to fight anything that's the size of a city. That's kind of the...
Yeah. I mean, your size dragons are different to usual size dragons, but like anything the size of a city is probably pretty difficult. But also, like, very large dragons. I say very large, as in like Minotaur-sized dragons that can breathe fire, probably, or different elements, would probably be quite a lot of a problem. Yeah. I'm guessing Kalkish manages, maybe, to join the fracas. Although, like, lost in that many Minotaurs, Makud would not be able to. Like, there's probably, you know, the various totems of the various clans all kind of dancing and waving about, and then there's dragon, you know, paraphernalia being similarly stuff out. It's probably difficult for him to pass everything that is going on. He's been headbutted one too many times, maybe.
It's definitely a little bit concussed. You see, like, quite a few of the Kals that you guys have never met before, and maybe even Makud's never met. You meet Kal Hamazi, the sun painted, which are all red and gold, with a red and gold flag as their banner. Their fur is like actually kind of reddish gold. Or Kal Uma, the night travelled, who are nocturnally and carry a flaming torch as their banner. Or Kal Akshak, who are song-throated and immediately begin singing songs and chanting and already singing of the great deeds that are to come. And you do see Kal Larsa, the heavy-horned, who I believe you've met before, a giant buffalo with like meter diameter horns, like huge horns. And you do see Kalkish, all Makud sized and bigger, with a golden white painted shield as their banner, among the others. But soon almost all the Minotaur tribes have arrived. The dwarves have arrived. Now the only thing missing is the dragons.
Oh boy. Yeah. This is on the same night that Amber Shemina did her spells or whatever. Hello?
Yeah. But like it goes late into the night that they're still arriving. It's like
yeah.
You know, it's like sunrise the next day and summer's still showing up.
So. Okay. I kind of imagine Amber Shemina has an early evening that that night after, like, you know, several consecutive hours of praying.
And then Minotaur's
like,
to clack her proverbial horns.
Yeah, like, please, oh he who watches, please imbue this box with some explodey bits that are going to explode some evil dragons and their evil servants. Oh, he who watches, please imbue this box. Hum and some jump.
Please give us this exploding box. My headmaster used to do that. It was very weird. Anyway. But yes, the next day brings still more rejoicing, though it slows as night draws in. Definitely, like, though it's momentous that the dragons that the Minotaurs have come together, it is also kind of beginning to dawn on them the real kind of severity of the reason, and the fact that there will be significantly less Minotaurs in the world come tomorrow night. But I think as this dragon fight is going to take ages, we will finish up everything we need to do beforehand and start with the fight next week. So if
Shall
there's anything
I?
else you'd like to do, now is the time. Because you will not have a chance next week.
Will not have a chance next week. I'm happy with my traps. I just want to do a hero's feast. Who are like the big player players in this area besides... Is Declan with us?
Yes.
Do you have a character sheet for Declan? Are you going to run him?
I don't have a character sheet, but I am going to run him.
Okay. Is he level 17 like us, or did he lose a couple of levels by not...
Yeah, he soloed a dragon. He's the same level.
Okay.
Remind me to make him on D&D Beyond.
I shall. Shall I go ahead and roll my d10s then for Hero's Feast?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't get the bone... No, because it's not healing. It's just adding on to the max. I don't get to add another d10 on top of that, because that's from the mantle. That's crazy. Okay, roll high, roll high, roll high.
Think it even matters.
13! That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's very good, in fact. I'm very, very happy about that.
That's not tep hit points. Kid,
That's
you gotta
max
remember
hit
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I still have to put it
I'm
in.
assuming you're giving it to Vidar.
Yeah, of course. So, I'm just putting them in for Abershmina and Eli, so I don't forget. So Abershmina, Eli, Bryn, Madar, Makud, Declan, Deontay, Nahasira, and then we've got 4 more. Are there any big NPC players here besides the Jushorj? Jari,
yeah.
Jari, and which peeps?
Your guys' peeps, like Eli and everyone.
I already counted them, so that doesn't help me.
Oh, sorry.
So 2 more. 2 of the Kalarsas, I guess.
I mean, is Deontay around, or does he not
I counted
feel
them.
fear?
I
you
counted
them already.
Yeah. Abrashmina, Eli, Makud, Declan, Madar, Bryn, that's 6. Deontay, Nahasira is 8. Then Jari is 9.
Okay.
And then we've got 3 left over for the Jushus or the dwarves, if Dario is here. So Dario, and then the Jushus for the Kal Larsa and the Kal Kish. Maybe?
Either the Jushur or like various Minotaur champions or something, I guess. Whoever they think is the most worthy to fight a dragon.
Is Damaro here? Or no?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay. Okay, well then let the Minotaurs choose 3 of their most worthy then to join in the feast.
Okay.
Can I cast it multiple times and like let there be like a Minotaur table?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well then I'll do that, and that table will get 19.
I'm at the wrong table.
I'm sorry, guys, but I said it. I said it. They get 19, and
fine.
they can have, what is that? 15 Minotaurs benefit from the no fur and the wisdom and the max HP.
No fur. Oh.
No.
There's like giant mole rats of Minotaurs.
No fur. No fear. I'm looking for gem encrusted bowls. That's gonna knock off 2. We are down to 4.
I like it.
Is it? So it's coming tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
It is coming at the start of the next session because Rob wants to get right into it, so we don't have a chance to relay anything or delay anymore. Well, I got all of my dice out and
role playing.
Yeah, it was some good role play. I am very sorry about my glyph of warding.